Okay, this is page 411. Okay, we're multiplying decimals by powers of 10. Powers of 10 means we're going to be seeing what? So something times 10. Adam, will you close the door, please? Something times 10. How else might you see a 10 written when we are doing powers of 10? What does this word powers tell us we might be seeing? Tens, hundreds, thousands, right? Which we can write as 10, 100, 1,000. How else can we write these numbers? How else might we write these numbers? Zoe. What's another way to write 100 using a power? No. Gio? With the exponent, right? So I could write it as 10 squared, right? This one would be 10 to the first power. And this one would be 10 cubed, or 10 to the third power, right? So we might see powers of 10 written with exponents. And remember that, and it tells us down here at the bottom, but an exponent tells you how many zeros are present. So 10 to the first power means there's 1 0. 10 to the second power, 2 zeros. 10 to the third power, 3 zeros. 10 to the fourth power, 4 zeros, and so on. Okay? All right, example 1. Josh will need to make 10 payments of $32.25 to purchase a new skimboard. What is the total cost of the skimboard? So if he's making 32 payments of $32.25 times 10, here's the math for it. Okay, they want to show you why. We're going to show you a shortcut. They want to show you why it works, so you know why you're doing that shortcut. So if I do 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 2 is 0, 0 times 2 is 0, and 0 times 3 is 0. Here's my placeholder, right? 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, everybody see that? Okay, they added it. Then they did 1, 2 decimal places, 1, 2 decimal places, and my decimal ends up between the 2 and the 5 to make it $322.50. Okay, here's the math. Here's the long way, and you're welcome to do it this way. Or, multiplying a decimal by 10 moves the decimal to the decimal point 1 place to the right. So it went from being here, it moved 1 spot over to be here. So for every 0 in a power of 10, that's how many times the decimal will move to the right. Okay? So here, the skim board is going to cost $322.50. Jaden, did you have a question? No, you're good? It says numbers like 10, 100, and 1,000 are powers of 10. They can be written with exponents with a base of 10. Remember, in an exponent, the base is the big number and the exponent is the little number. There is 1 0 in 10. The exponent on 10 to the first power is 1. There are 2 zeros in 100. The exponent on 10 squared is 2. There are 3 zeros in 1,000. The exponent on 10 to the third power, or 10 cubed, is 3. Questions on that one so far? So all we're doing today, you guys, I mean, you can do this multiplication if you want. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that multiplication, you are moving the decimal. To multiply a decimal by a power of 10, move the decimal point to the right the same number of zeros as in that power of 10. So to multiply a decimal by a power of 10, move the decimal point to the right the same number of zeros. To multiply a decimal by a power of 10, Move the decimal point to the right the same number of zeros as in the power of 10. This is also the same number as the exponent on a 10. Okay? To the right, meaning that way. Right? To the right. Correct? Okay. Example 2. Multiply 24 and 7/10 times 10 squared. So I could multiply it out. I could do all of this, bless you, or I could move the decimal point. So what I do is I put my pencil where the decimal point is, and I go, okay, I'm multiplying times 100. Move that decimal point 2 times, so I would do it like this. Move that decimal point 2 times. Oh, hold on. Originally the number was this. Right? And I have to move the decimal point 2 times. I would go 1, 2. And if there's an empty spot, I have to annex a 0 into that spot. So, and then I put a little X here so I don't know it, and then I rewrite it. 2470 decimal. 2,470. See that? I'm just moving the decimal. Everybody see that? Questions on that? And when I write my answer, do I actually need the decimal on the end? No, because now it's a whole number, right? So on a whole number, I can have the decimal, or I don't have to have the decimal because it's a whole number. Okay. We're going to stop there. Hold on. Let me stop the recording.